Hello, hello. Good afternoon, y'all. My name is Fame Noel of Destination Elevated Resorts. We are here for another day of the 420 by 420 fundraiser with Destination Elevated and Lifted Lodging. We are really excited again to be bringing this resort to the state of New York. It's a 9-acre resort. It sits right on the lake. There are lakefront cabins and tenting areas, as well as lakefront dining that we're going to be offering. So it is just, again, a very beautiful, in alignment um, acquisition that, again, we've been looking for over a year now when we started this journey. Destination Elevated began as an organization that identifies safe spaces, safe travel spaces and destinations for people of color and for the LGBTQ community. So we were really, again, pleased with what we were able to do in a year's time with really helping to build a database, if you will, of various destinations, Black and Latina owned campgrounds, restaurants, and all the way down to hiking groups even. So hiking groups, travel groups. So if you go to our site, you can actually search by state. And then you can also search by, I'm looking for BIPOC only, hiking groups. I'm looking for LGBTQ only birding groups. The list is always growing. So make sure you submit your information if you haven't yet. If you are a group that organizes outdoor activities, again, this is the site and this is the space for you. Just a few years back, we had a partnership with No Trace Left Behind, and we were able to learn a lot of amazing things about occupying the outdoor spaces that we were able to bring to our audience and implement in the actual docu-series. So again, we've had so many amazing partnerships over the years, helping to bring more travelers of color out, helping to bring more people of color into the outdoor spaces safely. So that's how we got our start with Destination Elevated. Over time, it eventually grew into this idea of us actually creating the space that we wanted to see. Again, a sanctuary for our community, a place where we can come to heal, to retreat, to regenerate. Because again, we're humans and we need that. And I know we went through our, no days off era, but that was very unhealthy for a lot of people. It continues to be. So we believe in days off around here, which is why, again, we are really looking forward to bringing this sanctuary of sorts to upstate New York. It is in the Thousand Islands region, so you'll be able to get a little bit of Canadian American mix happening up in that region as far as the culture goes. And of course, we're injecting our own culture into this project and what we're doing. We had Lisa Lieberman on yesterday from Lifted Lodging, who is our partner in this acquisition. And she was able to give you guys some insight on, what Lifted Lodging is, and just quick recap: Lifted Lodging is a network of cannabis-friendly accommodations, resorts, stays, no matter how small or large. But the main thing, the common thing, is that you seek to offer cannabis consumer-friendly accommodations. And that is something that we are doing with this resort, of course. In hospitality spaces in general, this is something that is new, right? They're still kind of locked in the traditional ways. So cannabis smoking is not a thing, even in states where it is legal when we're talking about these hospitality spaces. Even in the state of New York, we are yet to actually have a license, application or an application process specifically for consumption lounges. So again, there's a lot still up in the air there, but what we know is that when you stay with us, again, whether you're smoking in your cabin or you're consuming out on the property, you're going to be in a space where again, we are forward thinking when it comes to cannabis use. We are intentional about our cannabis use. And this is the type of messaging that we look forward to, again, bringing into some of our campaigns that we're putting out there, right? This isn't just a place that you can come, quote unquote, get high. That is not necessarily the target consumer for this. The target consumer for this are people who, again, are seeking wellness and are seeking spaces where they can regenerate and heal from the day to day. So with that, we're actually bringing a membership model to this, if you will. So with the Lifted Lodging membership, again, there's various tiers for this, but you'll be able to earn things like overnight stays, discounted services when you are actually on the resort, as well as food tokens and things like that. So there's lots of, again, cool ways that you can earn when you actually become a member. So we're looking forward to bringing some of those packages to you. But first, we got to get to our phase one goal. Our phase one goal is 10K. And it's a very aggressive goal. Literally, we set 20 days for ourselves to get to this 10K. 420 contributors who donate a minimum of $42. That is going to get us well over our goal of 10K for this phase one. So if you're someone who is interested in seeing this vision come to life, even more so than it has already, like let's get there faster. That's what our investors are saying to us right now. Again, we are also open to conversations about investment opportunities. So if that is you are interested in what a wellness luxury cannabis resort space can do out in the Thousand Islands region, then definitely hit us up. Like I said, we are scheduling one-on-ones all week. We've been having meetings with people who this has sparked their interest. So message me on LinkedIn. Where is this streaming? YouTube. Also Facebook, wherever you're seeing the streaming, send us a comment and we'll make sure to get that information over to you. We're actually going to be scheduling an info session for the end of this month. We'll have that date up very soon so that you know what to expect if that is something an opportunity that you are looking for. So definitely hit us up for that. This is the 420 by 420 fundraiser, y'all, with Destination Elevated and Lifted Lodging. We are getting closer and closer to our goal, 10% of the way yet still, but inching along. I can't wait to update that number for y'all. Currently, we have 26 contributors out of the 420 contributors that we are seeking by 420. Thank you to everyone who has been sharing this, sharing the information to their mailing list. Like, we cannot thank you and show our appreciation enough. Again, if you're not able to contribute, simply sharing this video, again, helps get that word out there. And hopefully this information gets across to the right people. It takes a village. You're going to keep hearing me say this every single time you watch these live streams. It takes a village to do anything that we're trying to accomplish, right? So we're hoping to accomplish this together with you all. Our early contributors are our flame keepers, and they're the ones who are keeping this torch lit, ensuring that this project, moves forward. And our flame keepers aren't even huge donors, right? Again, small contributions matter. Our flame keepers are anyone who contributes $420 or more to this campaign. And then you'll also be able to receive a series of other benefits as well for contributing at that $420 level, which we had several for the campaign. But real quick, I want to give a shout out to our flame keepers. We have Brittany Powell, Daniel and Lourdes Sanchez, Selma Zine, Catherine Attaway Brown, Jennifer Alviani. Thank you to all of our contributors. Those are our flame keepers, all right? So those are the ones who contributed at a certain level. So we want to make sure we identify and show love to them. And then also for our 420 by 420 campaign, who we have here. We have Veronica Castillo, hey V, Heather Alman, Stanley Hopkins, Jeff Palmer, and Joshua Sanchez Jr. Joshua's going to be mad I messed up his name like that. We also have, that's not it, Alessandra Slayton, Joshua Sanchez Sr., Connie and Keith Neal, and Javier and Candice Rivera. Oh, and Michael Shapani. So again, thank you to our Flame Keepers and our 420 by 420 contributors as well. You guys have been amazing. Again, I can't thank you enough. You know, showing up and investing in something like this shows that you really believe in this and that you really want to see this come forward. And that's the energy that we need to manifest this project, y'all. And again, if you can't contribute, that is totally okay. Share, subscribe to our email list, stay updated, stay in the know about what's going on, maybe book with us after we open, keep us in mind, right? Again, this is a really important project for us in so many ways. You know, again, as a woman, being able to provide safer spaces the way we see fit is very important. Through my event production and other event partnerships, you'll see through and throughout, you know, our number one goal is creating safe spaces for our communities, whether that's women, people of color, the LGBTQ community. So a lot of our programming and forethought goes into, you know, how we're creating our programming and making it inclusive and safe for those groups. So again, we're super excited to, through our other partner or through our other brands like Exhale, work with organizations like Outsmart NYC, who does education and training in nightlife spaces for you know, staff, venues, to be able to address various concerns you know, that come up in the nightlife scene. So anywhere, any type of drug use, alcohol use, any of those things are used, call Outsmart NYC. They're there to help, again, create a safer space for those communities, because there's steps that we can actually take. You know, it's more than just saying, hey, you know, these groups, these communities are welcome. You have to show how they're welcome. You have to have a plan in place whenever they are not safe, when someone is not safe. And I think as event organizers, that's where a lot of people, you know, drop the ball. We're so worried about the details of, you know, the event programming and the logistics of it, but we forget about the safety of the people that we're trying to bring into our spaces. So they deserve better than that. You know, they deserve some forethought when it comes to that. So again, being able to take these ideas, take this training with us, and be able to apply it to a resort, you know, I'm really looking forward to. Again, this is something that everyone should have access to, right? Wellness, outdoor spaces, these should always be inclusive spaces. There's no excuse for them to not be. So again, we are making sure that everything we put into place, again, has, you know, the whole community in mind, no matter who you are. And then with that, of course, being open to feedback in ways that maybe a lot of other hospitality businesses, the larger ones, may not be, right? So again, this is a community that we're attempting to build here, that we're going to build. Let me be intentional with my language, that we are going to build. This isn't just an in and out situation. You know, this isn't like your Holiday Inn Express. This is a place that you're going to want to plan your trips ahead of time, come time and time again, plan your family trips, plan your staycations, your workcations, even. Maybe, you know, you're the type that likes to go somewhere just to work. You like to have some scenery happening. You know, that was us for a year when we were in our trailer. And being able to work in beautiful locations, you know, it definitely hit the spot when we were on the road. So we are offering that at this resort. You're going to have some amazing views, not even just seasonally, you know, beautiful in the spring, summer, all of that. Of course, the lake starts to melt, but in the wintertime, we actually went and visited in the winter. And I like that because, and the same thing with the other property, we visited when it was just like pouring rain. So you get to see it in its quote unquote worst condition, right? But it was just gorgeous. And I had nothing bad to say about it. You know, it's one of those things, snow makes everything picturesque. And it was just quite the winter wonderland. The lake was frozen over. You could see people on their snowmobiles going across the lake. You could see people ice fishing, like just to see the local culture that like in action as we were there specifically in the wintertime was pretty cool, and definitely gave us some ideas about some winter programming that we could implement. So we're open to hearing ideas too, you know? So yeah, the 420 by 420 fundraiser, y'all, with Destination Elevated and Lifted Lodging. We, again, are just ecstatic about the response that we have received, not just for this campaign, but for our mission in general. We've been putting out information about this for about a year now. And again, the love and support that y'all have shown has kept us going, has kept us mindful and open to opportunities like this. So again, we were really excited to have met Lisa last year and have been in talks about this for going on a year now. We were just saying it's our anniversary. You hear that? It's like our anniversary of when we first did that interview, somewhere around here. Don't worry about it. She's probably not even listening. But yes, everything's coming full circle. You know, that's how things work when you are really committed to manifesting something, you know, i.e. your vision. So this is a mixture of multiple people's visions, as many things are. We have myself, we have Rochelle Sanchez. Rochelle is all about the plan. She is currently a cultivator. And yeah, she is the one that is like spiritually in tune with the plants. That's our plant guy. She's our plant guy. And then we have Lisa and the team that she brought on at Foxhole Hospitality. Lisa is very meticulous, very analytical in a good way. She keeps us moving. She keeps us productive. So again, I'm happy to have people on the team. You know, when you finally get people on your team who are moving faster than you, like that's a great feeling. And then we have Foxhole Hospitality as well. We consult with them and they manage several other aspects of the project and have been central really to us, you know, pulling all of these different pieces together and what it's going to look like, you know, from the back end to the front end. So again, shout out to Foxhole Hospitality. They're out there receiving tourism rewards and things like that. So that's super dope. Look them up, check them out, especially if you are in the hospitality space. But yes, today, it says this Thursday, but today's Thursday. This Thursday at 1 p.m. No, shortly, Krysta Jones from the THC Girls THC app is going to be coming on here. I'm actually going to tap in with her real quick just to make sure she's good on the link, but everything should be good. Chris is going to get on here and tell y'all a little bit about the THC Girls, the app as well. And then I have a few questions for her regarding using the app, you know, for various goals that we have specifically in tourism and hospitality. So I like practical information. She's going to show us how to use the app for what we're trying to do specifically. All right, let me shoot her a text real quick. I think 1:45 is her time. Okay. All right, Krysta. Krysta, near and dear to my heart. I've known her for years now. I feel like this is like maybe our third or fourth year. She actually, her and Sanja Ganja, if you're not familiar, actually helped us with our Miami event in various ways, you know, with promotion. Krysta was our star tender. So that was cool to have one of the THC girls star tending for us. And then Sanja Ganja, of course, was our host in Miami. So it was a really good time. Great vibes all around. Again, we love bringing in everyone that we've worked with over the years. And then I met, them through the THC. Actually, we met through Destination Elevated, but then we also ended up starting Exhale that year, which was our cannabis day party and wellness tour that we do from state to state. So again, the alignment that happens. But when we first interviewed Krysta, it was definitely through Destination Elevated. We had, I believe, just made it to Florida with our trailer, coming down from New Jersey. So it was kind of early on in our adventures. But yeah, we have been tight for a minute now. Again, just the referrals that come from this individual are insane. Like, if you need somebody that does something, like, she's that person that's like, I got a guy, like, that's Krysta Jones for you. She is very well connected, hence the highly connected app. She's so connected. She created an app just for her connections. Like, and that's like where the mic drops right there. I don't know how else to explain this, but that. So yeah, Krysta has been very instrumental, and again, in a lot of the connections that we've been able to make. We're really looking forward to bringing them into what we're doing with Destination Elevated and the resort, and yeah, just seeing what other future dots we can connect here. You all have already started reaching out with partnership information or requesting partnership information, wanting to send us your products. Again, this isn't your typical lodging. This isn't your typical cannabis consumption space. We are leaning into the luxury cannabis market when it comes to the products and offerings that we're going to be having on the resort. So again, if you feel like this is a space for you and you want to see how you can potentially get involved, we definitely recommend that you again, shoot us a message now. We're super accessible. It's early in the game. This is the best time to start making those connections and introducing yourself. Of course, we're going to be doing our own research on our end as well. But hey, if you're watching this right now, maybe this is a sign. Maybe this is a sign that you should get in contact with us and we should make something happen. That's just how the universe works, right? So for those of you just tuning in, this is the 420 by 420 Destination Elevated and Lifted Lodging fundraiser. We are at 26 contributors out of the 420 contributors, y'all. 26. We're getting there slowly but surely. I'm happy with the 26. And we are currently at 1.1K out of our 10K goal. We started off a little, slow and steady. Then it kind of trickled off a little bit, but I see it starting to pick back up again. Again, if you are interested in contributing, you can head over to destinationelevatedresorts.com. Head over to our contribution page. And you'll see right there how you can go ahead and send that in. We are looking for contributions in the amount of $42, y'all. So 420 contributors at the $42 mark to help fuel this mission, this women-owned, this Black-owned, this Latina-owned, this queer-owned mission. We're trying to do big things out here, right? And I hear New York is the place to do that. No, I know New York is a place to do that. Mad respect to the cannabis community out there and what they're doing, what they're trying to put in place. Even as far as like the quality of bud out there is just amazing. That's something we're looking forward to again, partnering with some local dispensaries, some small craft operations. That's always my favorite. I like my bud grown in small batches. But that's just me. So again, we're looking forward to getting in touch with some craft growers, maybe even offering like our own brand, like white label. I don't know. Like, the ideas are just rolling in. I feel like as a luxury cannabis resort, we should have our own brand of bud. Like, that should definitely be a thing. Let me check and make sure Krysta's good. Okay. See, I'm multitasking. I'm normally like either I'm doing this or I can't check on the people, but I'm getting better at this. So bear with me, y'all. Even switched out the logo and everything. I got you. One thing I didn't do though is I like to have the music playing in the background. It makes it. There we go. The dramatics, right? For those of you just tuning in, this is the 420 by 420 fundraiser with Destination Elevated and Lifted Lodging. We are at 26 out of 420 contributors. We have some way to go. I don't want to say a long way to go, but we have some way to go. And I know those of you watching this out there, if you're unable to contribute at a minimum of $42 to help boost this campaign, I know you're going to share. I know you're going to tell your friends, look what these women are doing. Look what they're creating in upstate New York. Again, help us manifest this, y'all, because this is something that we're manifesting for us as a community. And we can't wait, again, to bring you, again, very unique offerings on our resort as we create these experiences that are tailored to the cannabis consumer. So what is unique about our resort? Just that, what I just said. And we are going to be part of the Lifted Lodging Network. Lifted Lodging is essentially a network of cannabis friendly resort stays throughout the United States, and then I'm sure expanding globally. Sky's the limit when it comes to connections and networks. So we're really looking forward to, again, helping build that up, as well as locking into some of these other overnight stays. I think it's important that the hospitality spaces get on board. We're starting to see, on some sites where they have like check boxes. If you are a cannabis consumer or looking for cannabis friendly accommodations, so that's great that the space is starting to grow with us, right? So again, we're looking forward to locking into some of those other travel companies as well. Or travel search engines that are starting to get on board with that. So again, Destination Elevated, Lifted Lodging, resorts coming to you 2026 in about 120 days. So I'm putting it out there. In 120 days, I'm going to be having this conversation with you, but this will not be my backdrop. You guys are going to see the lake behind me. We're going to be doing updates to our or with our members. We're going to be laying out and sending out surveys for the types of programming that you all want to see, because that feedback is super important to us. We could sit here and tell y'all what you want, what we think you want, and develop those things. But, for me, the best information comes directly from you all. So we want to hear from our guests about what you would like to see on a resort that was tailored to the cannabis consumer. What type of experience do you look forward to? Maybe we can help build that into what we're doing, right? So again, we are looking forward to working and connecting with so many dope individuals. We already have brought in so many great people on the team. We're looking forward to hosting, again, not just our members, but hosting event organizers as well. So, look into us when it comes to organizing your annual retreats. For example, we are right on a lake. Again, that water, just to be by water. I don't know about you all, but I have to be by water like so many times a year. Or I start to just feel a little weird. You know what I mean? Like, it's just such a cleansing thing for me. So I think that the fact that we have these lakefront cabins, again, I was talking about some of the cabins the other day, so picturesque. Some of them like literally carved into the stone, and there's no way to describe it. You guys just have to see it. Again, we look forward to bringing you some footage and content that we pulled whenever we were out there visiting. As I mentioned, it was very snowy. But you're going to still get the picture. You'll get the dramatics. For those of you just tuning in, this is the 420 by 420 fundraiser with Destination Elevated and Lifted Lodging. We are looking forward to bringing you cannabis forward, flower forward accommodations in upstate New York and the Thousand Islands region. We are looking forward to being your go-to year after year for your summer vacations, for your winter vacations, for your retreats that you're going to be booking if you're an event organizer, right? We'll also be hosting some of our own as well. So you can come and rent out space for special events, or you can attend some of our events that we're going to have going on throughout the year. Again, we're looking forward to offering our farm to table concept as well in our lakefront restaurant. Imagine, taking the day, you go out, you rent a boat, you're out on the water for a day. Maybe you head over to Canada. I don't know, maybe we get some of that going. Some tours over there with the local Canadians. But you're out for the day, you pull up in your boat, dock it, you're able to have dinner as the sun sets, and then the star views. Let's just talk about that right there. The views out there are beautiful. Lisa knows more about this than I do, but there's certain like sky zones, if you will, like maybe like dark zones where you're able to view more of what's happening celestially. So again, Lisa can tell you more about that, but we're looking forward to bringing some stargazers to the resort. If that's your thing. All right, let's see. Check in on Krysta, make sure she's good. Not sure, but I hope she is. She's not scheduled to be on here till 12:45, but I just want to make sure we're good because we got some wires crossed a little bit the other day. It happens. But yes, we're looking forward to bringing her on from the THC girls and the THC app. You probably know her from one thing or another. All right. My cat is trying to break in. He loves to interrupt me like a child. Which reminds me, not that we're having cats on the resort, unfortunately. That's like a lot harder to manage, apparently. I'm a cat lady, okay? But for our dog lovers, we will be having stays weekends specifically for our pet friends, our dog pet friends specifically. So we're looking forward to bringing some of that programming, because we were deciding like, how do we make this a pet friendly resort? Well, again, everyone's piece looks different, right? Some people's piece looks like no kids around. Some people's piece looks like no dogs around or no dogs barking. And we got to respect that, right? So we were brainstorming and we thought, well, why don't we just have like certain weekends, like weekend events specifically for humans and their pet friends. And I think that would be a really, really dope concept. And maybe I'm even saying too much because sign an NDA. No. But yeah, I look forward to that. And, if there was a spot that welcomed me and my cat was like, yeah, bring your cat, like we would totally show up to that. But apparently there's not at all. We'll have to look into that being a thing, but probably will never be just because of their temperaments. Okay, now we've gotten too deep into talking about cats, but I did want to make it a point to say that again, we're looking forward to offering some very specific pet-friendly accommodations for certain weekends on the resort. So tell your friends who are obsessed with their pet friends. Destination Elevated Resort is bringing this to you 2026. Yes. So if you're just tuning in, again, we are here for the 420 by 420 fundraiser. We have a goal of 420 contributors. We are currently at 26. And you know what? I'm going to double check that really quick, see what's good. But we're at 26 last time I checked. And at 1.1K of 10K that we're trying to reach. So that's about 10% of our goal, y'all. I know this is going to pick up. I have faith. That's why I'm here every day. Literally, y'all been seeing me on here every single day pushing this, right? Because it's real. Is that real? We're literally looking to close on this lakefront resort in 120 days. We are looking forward to becoming land stewards, right? Not owners, but land stewards. We are very intentional with the language that we're using around this project. Because again, yes, we will quote unquote own the land, but what is that really? We're going to be stewards of the land. We are going to do right by this land. and by the local community. We're going to do right by the nature that we're going to be immersed in as well. Rochelle was on here. Rochelle Sanchez, co-owner of Destination Elevated Resort, was on here a few days ago. I guess last week at this point, talking about regenerative agriculture and how we're going to be implementing some of those practices into some of the farming that we're doing right there on the resort. Because again, we want to be able to bring this farm to table concept to you, and not with all of our own, stuff grown there. We're going to be working with the local communities and farmers, again, to bring you some amazing products while you're on the resort. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to putting together like almost like our little country store for y'all. It's gonna have some cute products in there. People have already started reaching out about like, hey, how do I get my products on the resort? I love it. I love it. We haven't even signed the paperwork yet, and we are having conversations about what products are going to be on the shelves. And again, I challenge you to open your mind, like even beyond cannabis products, right? When people stay on a resort, a luxury resort specifically, we're looking for, beauty products as well. So scrubs, body products, lotions, shea butters, all of the things. So yes, the sky's the limit when it comes to that. We are going to be putting out more pointed information, as we get closer, about how to get involved as a vendor, how to become a brand partner as well. So again, even scents, we're looking forward to offering our own signature scents on the resort, and for your stay. So again, from start to finish, this is going to be a very curated experience if you let us. And if not, if you want to just come and chill and just relax on the lake and, just keep it quiet, like that works too. But if you are a travel nomad, and we were for about a year, sometimes you want to be by yourself when you're working, sometimes you want to co-work, and then when you're done working, sometimes you want to socialize, right? So we're really trying to offer, again, programming and various amenities on site, that again will tap into all of those things, no matter who you are, whether you're there to retreat or maybe you're there to socialize. We're going to have a little bit of everything, and you can do what you want. You can plan, you plan your wellness as you see fit, because wellness looks different for everyone, right? For some of us, it looks like just going somewhere and not saying anything to anyone or looking at anyone for an entire week, right? For some of us, we can't wait to get out of our bubbles and connect with other people, from all over the world. So again, we're really looking forward to not just bringing in, travelers from the states that, we're going to be close by in Canada, but then again, international travelers. We're really going to be offering, again, a very unique, tasteful aesthetic when it comes to the resort, when it comes to our standards as well. For our team, our staff, this is going to be an unforgettable experience. And again, if after you have the experience, if you're not a member yet, you're going to sign up. It's going to be a thing. Again, this is a very I don't want to say exclusive, but members based. It's very accessible, right? So in that way, it's not quote unquote exclusive. This is a membership that you can literally sign up for and make payments on. I'm not going to get into the numbers and all of that now, but point being, like, there are ways to participate in this membership structure without breaking the bank. So you can plan ahead, plan your trip. And a lot of travel sites are doing this, where you can, plan your trip ahead of time and kind of break it down into payments over the year leading up to your trip. So that's definitely something we're looking forward to offering when it comes to, okay, we got Krysta tapping in. All right, let's see here. She can't find the link. That's all right. I'm going to get it to her right now. One moment, y'all. My bad for the interruption. What y'all can do while I'm sending her this link is head over to destinationelevatedresorts.com. And you can check out our project, as well as make a contribution on that page. If you can't make a contribution today, of course, like share the information. If you're interested on having access to our media kit so you can share it with our mailing list, definitely hit us up. All right, let me get this link over. Oh wait, that's the wrong one, sorry. Krysta. Okay, let's see here. This is taking a little longer than I anticipated. But we have Krysta from the THC app, THC Girls coming on. I'm finding every email but the one I sent. Don't you hate when that happens? Like, I literally looked at this thing several times. Okay. All right. Got it. Okay. Here we go. I don't know if this copied and pasted right, but okay. So yeah, I am hoping what I just sent as a link, because you know these sites add in their own URL information now. Okay, there we go. We're all right. Okay, that should work. Sorry for the pause, y'all. Okay. Finally, the struggle was real the other day. I brought water for myself and it was like way across there. So I like didn't want to like go off of the live to get it. And I was just very parched, but sorry. We have Krysta Jones coming on in just a moment. For those of you just tuning in, this is the 420 by 420 fundraiser with Destination Elevated and Lifted Lodging. We are so close to our 9-acre resort acquisition in upstate New York, the Thousand Islands region. We are, again, excited to be bringing you this woman-owned, Black-owned, Latina-owned resort where we are going to make the decisions and build the community and build an inclusive community is key. So again, that's always been important to us and the underlying mission in everything that we do, right? There's this resort, Destination Elevated Travel, a series, any of the event productions that we do, we will find this concept of inclusion. So yes. All right, Krysta Jones, I'm gonna bring you in now. You ready? What's up, Krysta?
How you doing?
You found us.
Yes. I was looking everywhere.
Sorry about that. The links. Where do they go when we need them?
Yeah.
But y'all, it is my pleasure to introduce Krysta Jones of the THC Girls, the THC app. I don't need to add the there. THC app. I know you get that a lot, right?
Yeah.
But Krysta has, again, I was explaining earlier, has been instrumental in a lot of the connections that we've made over the years, whether it was through Destination Elevated, whether it was through our event production company, Exhale. Again, we have been blessed to have someone like Krysta, who is literally just out there in the world, like thinking of us, like, hey, you guys should do this, or hey, that is Krysta. And it's like just naturally in you to be just this dot connector, right? So
Yeah,
tell us a little bit about that. Like, when did this start?
I feel like I kind of grew up like that. I was like, oh, you need this, and it's over here, and let's go get it. Yep, exactly. And just organically happened that I always had a big network of people and always had a good community around me. So I would just see opportunity here, and this person needed it or that person wanted it, and just putting two and two together so that way things could happen. I feel like that's exciting for me, and seeing those things go through.
Absolutely. So tell us about THC Girls. So what's behind that?
Yeah, behind it.
Yeah, what's behind
the THC Girls is my marketing agency that I started in 2014, and so really that too just fell into place with having a ambition of doing something, of creating a business and a platform. And at the very beginning, I was really looking to create a tour company, and I needed to market the tour company. And that's when I really, really noticed that, okay, how that conversion and the importance of funneling and all those things, which I definitely didn't call any of that back then. I was like, I need to get people at this party. So, but it really showed me the value of bringing people together, and also connecting the brands and the companies that I was growing for or doing things with the people that I hung out with, because those people were selling stuff and these people wanted it. And so I created the THC Girls. And the High Country Girls is an acronym for Colorado. So early in the stages of Colorado's medical market, recreation happened, and we were already having issues on how to market cannabis. No one could talk about it. No one would talk about it. It was still taboo. Everybody talks about it now, but I couldn't really hide from it because I was in the grow. So everywhere I went, I reeked. I smelled like a skunk. Even all my friends, they have kids or family members, oh, you smell like a skunk, and everywhere I went, the gas station, if I got pulled over right away, I had to explain, like, I got a whole thing of gloves in my trunk, bro. So
I know about the gloves. I have to watch for shells now.
Yeah. Those are gold now, shit. But yeah, so it just really led, one thing led to another. I saw again a huge void where the market wasn't able to talk and access the regular people and in general public. And I was very much in, just becoming 20, 21 years old, where I was heavily, participating in going out and even hosting parties and hosting clubs and stuff at early stages in my career as well. So put two and two together, where just helping to expose those brands and access to the community. And then it took us to really where we're at right now, where we've been recruited, we've moved all over the country. And I met Sandra along the way of the THC Girls, where we started to tag team, and she's been heavily a part of the THC Girls since damn near the very, very early starts. So it's been cool to grow.
Awesome. So, and I love that, again, you pointed out the fact that it still is difficult to market, right? It still is difficult, like figuring out which ad channels to use, figuring out how to not get shut down. These are everyday problems that brands deal with when they're trying to get more visibility for their brand. So you were like at the forefront of coming in and presenting creative ways for these brand interactions to happen outside of traditional advertisement, right? So Can you give us an idea of like some of the things that you do that kind of like circumnavigate these marketing and advertisement rules and regulations?
100%. Yeah. I mean, early on, it was just me being a knucklehead, right? And just smoking and consuming and doing what I want, where I want, and you know, just regular atmospheres. But now putting that intention behind it, you know, finding either UGC creators or popular kids in communities that you can formulate into brand ambassadors and advocates for your company. You know, there's a lot of ways to do that. Some people are very forceful in just throwing money at people and not putting that TLC in. But I think when you put that love into your network, especially if they're going hard for your company, that's really the best way to circumvent all the paid advertising opportunities that we're limited from. Because once your community is advocating for you, you know, that funnel and that snowball effect starts to happen.
Definitely. And that's how you, again, start to create that brand loyalty. Like, people know when you are not just talking shit, when you're actually living
100%.
behind your brand messaging, right? So that's super important for them to see you actually living it out, right? When we talk about these lifestyle brands, we want to see people living these brands. And I think that's what you all do a phenomenal job of doing it and cultivating, is like, we see you interacting with these products. We see the type of people that you are on and offline. I want to point that out. Like, y'all are just amazing people offline as well. We've had the privilege of being able to cross paths and hang out a couple of times in our careers.
Yes.
It's always love. It's always, hey, we got a section, come out. Like,
Mm-hmm.
but then it's always work too. Like, it's work and play. And that's what I love about, again, just the brand itself, is there's balance in that, right? Like, yes, we are playing, we are having fun. Like you said early on, it just started off as you being a knucklehead, but we're also getting shit done. Like, don't mistake there's strategy happening right here.
Right.
So
Definitely.
that's super dope. All right, so I'm not trying to get a free consultation or anything like that, right? But, you know, we're opening this resort, right, in upstate New York. What advice do you have for us in what we're doing and what we're trying to create behind, you know, the Destination Elevated Resort?
Shoot, you know, a lot of it you've already been doing, right? You've been building your community, you've been building your network, you've already been a great resource and access for the community, and we've experienced it just like you said, you know. And I think that that's what is necessary and missed for a lot of people that are starting a brick and mortar of whatever kind it is, you know, or even an event. Because a lot of people like to throw events. It sounds fun, right? But it's a big project. And if you don't have that base to pull into that atmosphere, then there's a lot of work to be done, you know? So I think you guys have been doing a really good job at that. Definitely, I one other thing that I definitely think is, you know, having a membership, just because, you know, a lot of people wait till they have a brick and mortar and then they have a business. Right. But that's not necessarily the case. You don't necessarily have to have a brick and mortar. That's just a piece of your business. Right. At the end of the day, generating money is the business. So having some kind of membership right now, even if it's free, you know, before you have that location, is super, super important. It gives you really some statistics and some trajectory of what it's going to take, what it looks like. Those are now your people that you understand are going to either go there or have first access, you know. So those are the things I'd be doing right now before my doors are open.
Dope. Thank you for that affirmation. It means a lot. And how, for example, could we, like, I already know this, but I want you to explain it to the audience. You utilize the THC app to further our connections, to start building in the tourism spaces specifically for us, right? How would we use the app to do that? Walk us through.
Shoot. Yeah, no, I appreciate the question. And, you know, there's a lot of ways to do it through the network and the app. Really plugging in the opportunities board is the first step, because it makes it so clear. You know, one of the things that limits us in hitting our goals is knowing what the heck our goal is, you know? And so when you put the things in the opportunities board, it makes it very clear, you know, this is what I'm looking for. This is what I need. This is where, when, why. And so that is the first step, you know, once you're a member, to be able to access the opportunities board and plug that in. Once we get that, we approve it and we send it out to our entire network through the notification system. But also it comes to me to say, hey, you know, Fame wants to know somebody that's doing this and this person's doing this. Let me connect them. But So that's really the first step in getting that affected. The most repercussion out of your energy and time into the app is utilizing it in the opportunities board. The events calendar is one of our most visited places in the app. So definitely including all the events and even utilizing it to say, we just want to talk to the hospitality crowd, right? And that being a virtual event where it's not necessarily a full-fledged event that you guys are doing, like a destination elevation event. It's more of like, hey, meet the people behind it, or let's just talk about hospitality, and plugging those things and more into the event calendar is a great way to really see the benefits as well. And then definitely popping onto our last Tuesday of the month call. I know you've gotten definitely have participated many times, but that's where I feel like the app comes to life. Whereas like, okay, here's all the things that should be in the opportunities board that ideally are in the events calendar that we can refer to after the call. You know what I mean? But being able to say, hey, we are going to actually be in New York. Like Chris is throwing the highest on the runway. Sandra's going to be there. We're going to be there. We'd love you guys to be there. And being able to physically say that out loud. We also capture that material. We pump it through our network and we represent our members that way. So really participation in those ways, it starts to really domino effect, because now we're in the know. We know exactly what you need. And we have a lot of good people in the network, so it's easy to connect the dots then.
Definitely. And the networking then starts to happen like on and off of the app, right? Mm-hmm. So now we're connected, we're doing referrals, mm-hmm. in the space that we work in, and many people, who are contractors and things like that. Word of mouth is so important in so many ways, and not just to let people know who to work with, but also who you may not want to, so exactly. I let my people like what's good, it's good to have a source.
100%. Yeah, we highly recommend that, because we have a rating system on the profiles, and that was one of the things is like sometimes when we're doing things, not everybody, we have about 4,000 members or users now, and 500 vendors. We don't 100 brand ambassadors. I don't know what everyone's doing at all the times, right. So it's important for people to communicate, so that way we can all move appropriately.
Absolutely. And you said you have a rating system in there now?
Yeah, you could go in there and rate.
When did that happen?
We've had it for a while, so it's just at the bottom of the profile. If you go down to the bottom, you can see like, okay, there's basically Krysta has worked with this person, and there's what I have to say about them.
Okay, nice. I love that. Yeah, I did not even realize that change happened.
Yeah. So you'll have to check it out, but it's super helpful, because really the vetted network and community, and then we can just move fast. We don't have to sit here and play games. Yes. It enables us to do a lot of things. Definitely.
Okay, I love what's developed over the years since I met you, since you started building this app, because you're in like the version. This is like the second version of it.
Yeah.
Am I saying that right? I don't know. Mm-hmm. Am I in like the tech world? Okay.
No, yeah. We relaunched this version actually the beginning of this year. I outgrew the platform that I had originally built it on. So we're just a small company. It's not huge, zero investors. So just bootstrapping the growth, and we grew out of the first developed app really quickly, and then we realized what data and connection points were actually important. So I relaunched a new version the beginning of this year.
Dope. And I'm so happy to see y'all going strong, because so many times like we have a lot of great ideas in our community, but the burnout is real. Keeping things going is real. And one thing I can say about you, the THC girls, THC app, like this, you're the most consistent presence that I've really seen pushing things like this, pushing the marketing, pushing the app, pushing the connection. So, again, thank you for keeping on and creating this space for us. I create a lot of in-person spaces, but the virtual spaces are just as important as well. Mm-hmm. For us to connect, because listen, I'm not going outside 9 times out of 10 in the winter, right? So that's probably where I'm doing the majority of my networking is online.
Yeah.
I don't know about you all, but maybe not you. You're down in Florida, so you get to go out and experience the sunshine. The rest of us up north, we're like, we are not going out. It's going to take a serious event to get us outside.
Right, right. I do it. I love being here, honestly. It makes it a lot more enjoyable. But connecting with people virtually, we have such a big network, a global network now, that even like Kelly, shout out to Kelly, she's amazing. She's hooked us up with a lot of people in Canada, and so we have a big base there. And we have a lot of relationships all over. So it's nice to do virtual, but there's nothing like in person.
Nothing like in person, right? Again, I'm so glad that we connected. I actually have already taken your advice, like literally on this call, and posted the event in the app. No. We posted the event just a few hours ago. We're in the app. Go check out the THC app. It's a free download, y'all.
Yes.
Where can they go to get that information and to download it?
So the Highly Connected app, if you go into whatever app store, Apple Store, any of those things, it's there. Or you could go to www.thehighlyconnected.app if you're going online. So definitely, it's a free download. Just join for free. And if you want to plug in, there's a subscription, and it's definitely worth it.
Dope. And I love it. It's a very clean interface as well, and that's what I love about it. So shout out to whoever's doing the styling of it.
Yeah. My boy Mario, he's been on the squad, man. Shit, me and Mario, he's done my website, all my things, my personal website, the app, for the last 10 years. So yeah, he's been a good teammate for me.
Great. Y'all are doing some amazing work. But thank you so much, Krysta. I appreciate you coming on. I know you are busy all of the time. So again, thanks for your time. I hope to see you in upstate New York at the resort.
Yes.
Y'all are coming out.
Next Friday.
Next Friday?
Is it not next Friday?
Oh, you mean to New York City? Okay. I was like, we're not open yet.
Oh, wait.
Okay, yes, for the 420 events, highest on the runway.
Yeah. Are you guys gonna be able to come?
Yes.
I'll see you next Friday.
I'll see you next Friday.
Let's go.
You better not leave the city without us seeing you. I know that.
Oh no, we're there. We got the. I think I'll see you Friday, and then short film Saturday.
Yes, short film.
Well, we're vibing on next weekend.
We really.
And that's why we gotta get on these calls.
Exactly.
Right. No, but I really appreciate you having me, and definitely looking forward to seeing you guys next weekend.
For sure. See you in New York. Safe travels.
Thank you. See you.
All right, y'all. That was Krysta Jones, THC app, THC girls, coming with the energy and the love and the connections. Make sure y'all go and download that app. It is a free download. And that way you can see and post different opportunities that are happening with your business, brand, or organization. We actually posted our 420 by 420 fundraiser in there. Krysta was giving us some tips on how we could potentially utilize the app for what we're doing, right? So you'll find on the 420 date, our fundraiser, that's the last date of our 420 by 420 fundraiser, naturally, right? So go there, you can find information. You can also, the link there to contribute is in there as well. And then of course you can visit destinationelevatedresorts.com for more information on our project and how you can get involved. Again, we're super excited to be bringing this woman-owned, Black-owned, Latina-owned resort to upstate New York, cannabis forward, luxury resort. We're looking to connect with those who have products who they may feel, would be great on our shelves or for our consumers and guests. We're also looking for event organizers, right? Special events coordinators. If you are looking for a secluded spot where it is 420 friendly, where you can have all of your guests stay in one location, and then also enjoy the lake, enjoy just all of the local treasures that are happening in the area, and then of course be able to consume cannabis freely, right? This is your spot. Not many destinations for that. So again, we're looking forward to providing some amazing special event support as well as our own event programming on this resort. If you're interested in contributing, Again, we're looking for 420 contributors at a minimum of $42. So if you want to send that in, you can hit up destinationelevatedresorts.com. If you were not in the position to contribute at this time, we thank you for just watching, absorbing, manifesting this vision with us. We thank you for sharing it to your email list, to your friends. We are on social media, Instagram and things of that nature. So definitely takes a moment just to let people know, let the universe know what we're trying to accomplish here, what we're going to accomplish here, right? But again, it takes a village. So thank you to everyone who has sent love, contributions, support, words of affirmation for everything that we're doing. We sincerely appreciate y'all. Again, shout out to Krysta, THC Girls, THC app. Thanks for coming on. Make sure y'all get plugged in with that. Trying to tell you, this is not like a paid advertisement or anything like that. Krysta's the big homie, and I look up to her and how she moves in these spaces. And she's a wonderful person to be connected with. Not that you're going to be connected directly to her through the app or anything like that, but you can be actually. There is a membership tier where you can consult with Krysta and request a consultation through the app. So that's really dope as well. So if you're a business or brand and you're trying to figure it out, and you need a great marketing team on your side, definitely hit up Krysta, request that consultation through the app. But have a wonderful afternoon, y'all. I hope to get back on with some more exciting updates. We hope that 1.1 climbs a little bit by the next time I see y'all. We're at 10% of our overall goal of 10,000. Your contributions coming in are helping us reach that goal. Again, thank you so much to everyone who's been involved with pushing this formally and informally. We really appreciate y'all. But nevertheless, we got to go. Sammy, hey. I did not even see that comment on there. Oh, I appreciate you. Thanks for being on. Sammy's dope. Sammy is out in Philly. Does some amazing events out there, creates some amazing products as well. Like, I really hope to see your vegan potato chips on store shelves. Like, that should be a thing. They're amazing. That's the first thing I think about when I see you. I'm sorry. Them chips are bomb. They are smacking. And they're cannabis infused as well. So yeah, amazing products this woman creates out in Philadelphia, and then as well as some of the events that she has going on out there. So another individual creating spaces for us, y'all. Safe consumption spaces, alternative consumption spaces. So there are not enough. All right, y'all. I'm gonna keep rambling. Y'all have a wonderful day. I'm out.